Hey everyone, Josh here again with Daily Mountain Bike Rider, and I've heard all your complaints that I'm not making enough riding videos. I make too much talking content, which is fair, but the reason I haven't is because I don't feel like my riding videos are that entertaining. But since you've asked, I decided to make a Blissful Bellingham, documenting all the trails here in Bellingham that I ride often. And we're starting off today in a place called Sudden Valley, which is not ridden a lot, but it has a awesome trail called Cougar Ridge. There's some videos I posted a long time ago about this trail, but I haven't really documented it from top to bottom. So I'm about to head up the climb. There's two climbs: the long way, which is Rufus Creek Trail, I believe, and then the short way, which is really short and punchy. I'll be able to show you both as I'm going to do 2 laps. And the first one is Baneberry, and this thing is super steep. Make sure you have some legs on you, but you get up very quickly. So let's jump in, get to the top, and I'll tell you guys about this awesome trail, which I love. And in case you're wondering, I'm riding the Hanzo today, and this is actually a new Hanzo. I sold my purple one and I missed it, so I went and bought another one instantly. Let's go. There is very few climbs this picturesque. It is just amazingly beautiful. And it's a little dark right now, which you may or may not be able to tell on the camera, but this is something to experience, that's for sure. All right, we made it to the top of the climb for Cougar Ridge, and you'll notice it because it's a T. And this is what's interesting, is the sign says to go downhill here, but actually the trail starts behind me, and the only way to get there is to come from Galbraith, which is really long, I think unsanctioned. And this upper section, I don't think it's that worth it, but I'm gonna hike up so you can see it. To get to this point, if you're a good climber, I feel like I'm in better shape than most. It took 30 minutes. If you're a decent climber, maybe 40 up Baneberry. If you're out of shape, it is a slog. All right, let's get to the top. All right, just made it to the top of Cougar Ridge, and I need to be abundantly clear. This trail is hiking up a downhill trail. It's not advised. Again, I don't think it's worth it. I'm just documenting it because a lot of people in Bellingham will tell you this is the start of the trail. So let's get going. My goal today is to talk a bit less than I normally do and let the trail do the talking. I'll point out some notable features and things worth talking about. This is actually my first ride on this Hanzo, YesD, and my first hardtail ride in a while. And here's where that climbing trail pops in, and where I think the real trail starts. All right, just a tiny little pedal. And I would say this is the most technical, tiny little section on the whole trail. And this trail is rated like a blue-black, so keep that in mind when you look at like this. But then the rest of it is pretty tame. So this right here is closed down, and it'll look like people ride over there a lot. And that is a Proline feature. I would argue it's Proline, called El Diablo, and used to be open. It looks like this. Maybe on the bike it's easier than it looks. Whoa. Woo! So yeah, that's what it looks like. Pretty gnar. Again, it is now closed. You have been advised. I will say this section of trail that goes around it is really fun. Right here you can drop or just roll, and it's pretty sweet. So there are two Ys on this trail. One will be black diamond and one will be blue at each of these intersections. This first one, I think the blue is worth taking. And I'm first gonna show you the line that I don't think is worth taking, only because I don't think it's challenging or fun. All right, black option time. This route's quite a bit shorter. I think people would argue this is the black line right there, that just that little section, but I really don't think it's anything special. And here's where they merge. So now we're going into the blue line, and this is just flowy and so fun. And I love it. It makes me smile. You'll see why. Right here is where it starts to feel like a roller coaster. And then it connects right back up. So no need to feel macho on these options. They're both good and fine. On this one though, I think the black is worth it because you get a little bit of a techie challenge. And the blue is really just a ride around. This right line is pretty techie and slow. This left line, you have the cheater line, which is the far left, and I'll show you that. And then you can drop right off the middle there. It's definitely eroded over the years. This is the easy line. That wouldn't call that black, maybe a dark blue. Then you're right back in the rest of the trail, which is just one trail. It's blue time. Yeah, this is just so quick. I'd say go black. Back in it. Cougar Ridge is just long sustained fun, and it's got a little bit of chunk, but just enough that feels right and not too jarring. So that was about a 1 minute pedal, not too steep, and you're back into it. It is a ridge, so don't be surprised when you have to pedal a bit. So fun fact, this trail started as an unsanctioned trail. It was quite fun before it went on the grid, and this whole section right here is a rework to make it so that everybody can ride and enjoy it, and the trail can stick around for years to come. So thanks to all the hardworking people, the original creators of the trail, and the reworkers. All right, I'm heading back up for another lap. If you want to do that, this is the place. There's about, I would say, an eighth more of downhill if you go over to the right. But if you take this right here, this is the Rufus Creek climbing trail I was talking about at the beginning. It's the most calm, chill climbing trail around, and makes it a perfect place to go do another lap. And real quick, I'm back up at the top. That climb up took me 20 minutes on the dot, but your mileage may vary. I would consider myself an above average climber. Most of my friends would agree. So give or take 20 minutes, maybe 30 to get back up to the top. All right, let's finish out the trail. All right, so if you don't choose to go back up the trail, this is the way out, the Rufus Creek Trail. And warning, it is a two-way trail. And people fly through here going down, and it's pretty sketchy. So expect to see people coming up, bikers, hikers, you name it. And the toughest part is this trail is so flowy. But again, I'm really watching for people, and that's why you're gonna see me slow way down on corners. All right, and there you have it. This was Cougar Ridge from the top to the bottom with the options. Once you get here, Rufus Creek Trail, which takes you back to the Lookout parking lot where I parked and where I would encourage you to. This is about a 10-minute pedal, not too much elevation, get you back home. That's about it for this one. You know what time it is. Don't spend too much time watching the guy ride his bike, but get out there, ride your bike, and make sure you do it every day.